And one fish, two fish. And one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And a red fish. I think I'm good. All right, let's sound check the YouTube. Are you my YouTube? Geez, I got a lot of stuff up. Hold on a second. I forgot to shut down browsers. Let's shut down browsers. I will be right back. Actually, let's first. Yeah, I'm going to be right back. Alright, I should be back now. Now I can check the YouTube. Jeez, I'm having one of those days. I just keep forgetting to get everything running. There's the YouTube. There's the volume. Alright, I should be back now. Now I can check the YouTube. I think we're good. Jeez, I'm having one of those days. there's a hey, Chris. Everything running. Hey, Art. Alright, let's turn that down. Let's give Art his funky ass shout out. It is like a Seinfeld intro too, isn't it? What are we doing? I'm just doing hierarchical material textures today for the Starheart outfit. Actually, this is a lot closer to being done than I had thought. Currently we have the outfits. We have got the materials. Chris will eventually learn how to do the cooldown on that. We have to do, actually I gotta render thumbnails for the D-Force presets. We have to make hierarchical material folders. Snowbuddy wanted to hear it. Cool. Whatever Snowbuddy wants, Snowbuddy gets. That's the rule, right? These are good. So we're gonna try, I'm gonna come up with some texture options for this. You know it. Yeah, that's right. So we're gonna, I think I might do 4 base versions, and then we're gonna do the 4 dirty versions to go with them. So that's what we're, and of course the first one's basically done. The first one is whatever this default is. Okay, so that's the first one. Oh, except my feet aren't posed. I gotta pose these feet. So when the outfit loads in, the feet should get posed. I haven't done that, so we're gonna fix that real quick here. We're gonna pose them feets, those footses. And then we're gonna just resave the outfit with the foot pose. So we're gonna do that. Make sure I have the Genesis 8 selected. And then we're going to just save this as a wearable preset. I'm going to save over, and that should say Genesis 8 on it as well. So let's save over that. Yep. And this time we're also going to add the pose, but just the feet. So I'm just going to uncheck everything. We're just going to go down to the feet and select that. And that selects everything attached. And we'll come over here. Select the right foot, say accept that, and it gets saved. And are we good? I think we're good. We're saving though. All right, we're going to save. So this will become a hierarchical material preset. So we're going to come over here and save that right here. I'm going to call this SHO1 brown. So here we go, hierarchical material preset. We'll do that. SH01 brown. Yeah, let's do that. And basically we're going to save everything but the Genesis figure. So that should be good. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a red version. So in the red version, I think is going to have... Is the red version going to be really, really, really red? Well, it's going to have a red jacket with gold trim, which means we'll probably have gold buttons. And maybe red and gold, and then go with the white pants with gold. I don't know. Let's see how this works out. So let's take the pants here and let's select... Well, let's start with the jacket. The jacket will kind of inspire the rest of it. I do have a red harness, but I'm not going to use that as red per se. We have white. I'm not saving a white. Where's the tunic? There's the... Alright, we're going to start with a red tunic. Did I save buttons? Do I have button colors? I probably need to make a button material, because I probably want silvers in here somewhere for the... I don't think I've... Do you have materials? Look at that. Somebody may have forgotten to make materials for the buckle and the buttons. Let's take a look. I did not make materials for the buckles and the buttons. We'll probably knock that out. And I probably need a gold, a brass, a gold, and a silver, and then we just need one version of those. And I can't select that button, can I? Because that is a... There it is. I can select that button. Yep. Those don't have materials. All right. We're gonna take a detour. I'm already taking a detour. It's so early, and yet we're already taking a detour. Do I have a gold rocket pack? I don't think I have a gold rocket pack. I think I just have the brass. Do I want a gold rocket pack too? Maybe. No, you know what? I think we're just going to go with the brass. We'll just do that. Maybe we go with the gold harness, though. Maybe we go with the gold boots. Gold gloves. Red boots with gold trim. Can I do that? Is that an option? I can do this. And then I can do this. I'm copying this, and then we're going to revert it back to red. And then Control Z, and then I can paste that gold onto here. And that gives me a golden red. I think we'll do the pants in... So we're going to do the pants in white and I think gold trim. So I'm going to make them gold first. We're going to copy that gold. Copy. Then we'll just do... maybe I'll just do the white. And then maybe we just make all the trim gold. And you should be... Do I have a gold helmet? I probably don't. I have black chrome steel. I didn't make gold. Do I want a gold helmet? No, I'm just going to leave it brass. So I think I'm going to... Let's see how this looks as far as the red version. Let's do that. Let's Control R that. Maybe I should make the pants black. Yeah, I think the pants are going to be black on the red one. Yeah, we're going to go with black pants. Because I'm going to use the white pants with blue. Blue's going to be a lot like this. Oh, and I do want to add gold trim to the coat. And you know what? I don't really like that red. I think I want it to be a little darker. So we're going to tweak that just a little bit. I think I'm going to make my reds darker. Let's try that. Let's cancel that. So let's come into here. And actually, let's get the gold trim done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to make the jacket gold. I'm just going to copy one of the surfaces. Then we're just going to come over here and select some of the trim parts. I have a lot of trim. Let's see. There's a trim there. No, I don't want to do that trim. Do I have trim running around the edge though? Yeah, I do want to make that gold, I think. And do I have, and you know what, I'm just going to make those gold. All right, so I'm going to, so we turn it red and paste the trim in. And I'm going to change this color red because I'm not really crazy about that. And if I'm going to change this red, I'm also going to change, do I have a boot color in here? I'm also going to change the red for the other parts. So let's open you up with Photoshop. I'm going to make the adjustments to that. So I'm also going to want to match that in the gloves. It's just I like a darker red. And I'm regretting my Meadow Muse because the red is too orangey in that. I don't like it. I have submitted it to Daz. It's ready to be released. And I'm looking at those shoes going, yeah, I don't really like that red. Damn it. What I should have did is I should have sampled the cherry color in the dress for the shoes. That's what I should have done. And that would have given me a better... I'm going to cancel that for a minute. And I think that would have given me a red that I would have liked better. Yo, DZ, how are you doing? I need a sound effect for DZ. I don't have one yet. I knew there was something I forgot to do today. Oh, wait, we do have a sound effect. No, that was my, something exciting happened, wasn't it? I don't know. I can't tell. Oh, Willie subscribed. That's what that sound was. I don't know if I don't think I've got a Willie sound, but I might. Do I have a Willie sound? I do have a Willie sound. Thank you for that subscription, Willie. I appreciate it, man. I gotta make a sound for DZ's command. And we still need to make one for Kiwi. You love the Wilhelm scream. Yes, I had to get the Wilhelm scream just for you, dude. I was thinking, Willie loves that scream. But everybody loves that scream, but Willie especially. He just identifies with it. It speaks to his soul. And I forgot what I'm doing. I'm changing this red color. That's what we're doing. And I'm ranting about not having a sound for D Zhang yet, but we're going to work on that someday when I get back into sounds. I need something cool for DZ. So I'm going to tweak this red. I think I'm going to, I don't know. It is a little, I think maybe I just want it darker, I think is what it comes down to. So let's try this. I'm going to put I think I'm going to put let's try a hue and saturation. I want to use one of these because whatever I do with this, I want to copy it to the other ones. So if I just make it darker, and if we just tweak that, see, that's a little too purple. If I go this way, maybe right about in there. But I don't want to just make it darker, I think. I want to maybe tweak the curves. So maybe I'm just going to slide that a little over that way. Bring it a little more You know what? I need to be able to see what these colors are, actually. Let's take a look. And let me see what the... Did you not... Dang it. I need to see what the values are on this. Because what we want is... You know what? I really want these to be equal. That's what I really want. So I want to adjust this till the green and the blue are equal. And right now the green was up a little, which means... Excuse me. Let's test. So actually, if I take you back, did I have that balanced out actually? That's pretty. See, it is just a pinch to the blue side. Let's see if we can fix that. Can I just do a 0.5 in there? Does that work? Nope. It says it has to be an integer, so it's going to do 1. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is just now going to lean towards the green. This is now leaning towards the green. You know what? We're going to do that. So in red world, that means we're heading towards yellow. All right, so I'm going to remember we're going to do that, and then I'm going to put some curves on here and see if that gets me the color I like. So we're going to do this. Nope, that's my phone. I'm ignoring it. Yo, DJ Ray in the house, baby. I gotta do some shout outs. I shouted out Willie. I shouted out DZ. I shouted out Art. I gotta shout out Ray. Charles isn't here tonight. Charles is feeling a little tired and unwell, so he's resting, I hope. And my brain has stopped. I'm looking for curves. There's my curves. And I think what I'm just going to do is maybe... Is there a way we can just... I think I just want to do maybe this a little bit. And can I save this? We'll try that. Nope, that wasn't it. Was it DJ Ray? I think it was DJ Ray. Captain Partey. There we go. Excuse me. I'm going to try this. Let's see how this looks. And there's a way to save this, and then I can apply it to the others. So let's just hit save. Let's just do a refresh. I'm not sure if that changed any. I'm going to do a render. I don't think that updated, but let's see if my render updates. I want it darker still. All right, cancel that. I'm not even sure it updated, honestly. Let's try that. Let's try file export as. I want to do a JPEG. I'm going to do an export. We are in the Avco swim file projects. This is in the pulp folder somewhere. Yo, it's Rod. Shelly. I had this. I was thinking, should I just say Shelly, and then it just sounded so odd. It's like, no, the world is incomplete if you don't add the Shelly onto the end of it. I'm looking for my pulp folder, and we're going to shout out Rod in a minute. I'm coming over here. We're going to go there, and here, and here, and there, and I'm redoing the tunic, and I'm going to override the red. And now I'm going to see how that's looking. There we go. I know this has got this weird color. I think I'm going to have to redo it, just retweak it in Substance and save that out. I think that's what we're going to do. And my pants are white. Oh, I haven't made them black yet. All right, we're going to... And my camera's blurring, but that's beside the point. All right, we're going to... This is not working out. This is not the way I want to go. Let's pack. Let's go. We need to do Substance anyhow. Chris did not do the buckles and the buttons yet, so we still have to do that. Looking pretty. Thanks, Rod. Appreciate that. And Chad has just gone away. Oh, everybody's just saying hi, I think. There we go. Substance. I did want to make the pants black, so I think for that I can just swap out the base color for the black. That's probably it right there. So that outfit's going to look something like that. We're going to darken up these boots too. Oh, Substance has opened in the background. Let's close that. All right. Chris wants to change his red. Now this is going to spend the rest of the stream just tweaking the color red. File. Is it in my recents list? I am not seeing these in the recents list. Okay, we'll just have to go to open. I have to do this old school. Maybe we'll get back to the makeup on Saturday. I want to do the special morphs on Saturday on this outfit, though. What are you looking for? Pulp? Starheart? Whippet? Substance? I am currently playing with the outfit right there. We'll do that. I apparently don't have a buttons folder. Yeah, I probably created it with an old version that was just like a few weeks ago. Alright, let me see if I can remember how we do this. I'm looking at base color right now. Let's switch over to materials. I think that's probably fine. So I just need to... Somewhere in here is probably something that says red. Or probably not. Yeah, there it is. Maybe. There's a little bit of purple poking through on that. That did not... Why did it fail to open up the occlusion map? What do I got in the way that's keeping it white? Worn leather. That's probably over on the harness anyhow. I'm so lost. What is keeping... I am in the material. I got my buttonholes. I can see my buttonholes. Right? I got stuff in the way again, I know. That's, cancel that. That's just Daz getting in the way of things. You know, this worn leather. Oh, there's my red. And it's the velvet sheen, but I'm not going to keep that. Here, let's switch over to base color. And then let's tweak tweak that. Maybe I'll go with that. And I'm just going to make sure, yep, I'm in a good spot there. I just want to change the base color of the jacket. That's what I'm probably going to do. Actually, I need to change the pants too. Or do we have red pants? We do have red pants. Why are you... Why are you not on the pants? Good question. Jesus, you go away for a few weeks and you can't do anything. It's like I'm gonna apparently my occlusion maps went away. So maybe we just need to rebake, or did I load that in from somewhere else? Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it failed to load. I'm looking at this error message. And does that even apply to this? I don't even know if that applies to this, what I'm working on. Why are my pants not red? What the hell is going on here? Fabric, what are you? Okay, you're a little touch up. You are an edge layer. You're by buttonholes. You are a texture layer. Oh, the jacket's on a separate map from the pants. And the belt. Let me take a look at... What do you look like? So the red one looks like red with the belt. It's got noise on it, though. Where are you coming from? Did I tweak the orange? Is this what I did? The saturation and the lightness. Ooh, that looks weird. And you look like you're black. And you look like you're... I have no idea what I did before. That's got a hue and saturation thing, so apparently I was playing with that at some point. Those pants are lighter blue, so maybe I am in the ballpark here. So maybe I will just make you red. I think if we do that, it's just come on. If I type in 0, it becomes 0. You are kind of, maybe it's 1. Maybe I gotta type in 1 here. No, maybe it's 0.5. It's still looking a little orange, isn't it? That's looking a little more red. Pull that back, make it darker. I think maybe like that. I got a lot of, you know what? I've got a lot of material. And you are coming from... Not there. Not there. There, you are coming from there. Oh, it's that fabric denim overlay. Actually, I think this is going to be good. I think I'm in the ballpark, except, is that stitching? That's the strap stitching. You know what? I'm going to tweak that. Fatal error UI. What was that? Uh-oh. Am I still streaming? Chris has got to check, see if he's still on. Oh, am I still streaming? Well, I'm still on YouTube. I guess if I said that I'm on YouTube, I'm okay. What the hell died? Where did my chat go? Oh, my streamer bot died. My chat died. My chat's gone. My streamer bot. Where's streamer bot? Oh, streamer bot. Wherefore art thou, streamer bot? Let's try this again and see if. There's my chat, I think.
Is that a salami in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
Yeah, it looks like it's working.
It's a salami.
Okay, the straps. We're gonna tweak that. I gotta tweak that. HSL perceptive. Let's just take the lightness down on that. Let's just switch you to overlay like that. I think that's gonna be fine. I think I'm good. I think I've got my reds. Let's see how this goes. Control-Shift-E. Export. So this is for the pants and the tunic and the red straps. So I'm just going to pop over to somewhere. Let's try that again. Okay, you are the coat. So we're just going to copy that. We're going to go to where we exported. This one right here is for the, dang it, I accidentally hit copy over there. I want this, Control-C. And we want to change the name of this, Control-V. And then I want to be able to drag and replace and say yes. And open, and I don't know if it refreshed, but let's take a quick look. And then I gotta update I'm happy with this. I think I'm gonna live with that. I'm gonna turn the my camera's got the depth of field on. Let's turn that off. Dum. All right, now let's take a quick look at that again. Am I getting displacement with the gold on the straps? Gonna stop that. You know, that's looking okay. I'm happier with that. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go with that red. So I'm double checking. I do not have a displacement on there. Oh, oogly boogly. I wonder if I have to resave all of those now. Dope. Somewhere in here is probably a 1002 displacement map or something like that. Tunic has a displacement. Do the pants have a displacement? I'm not sure. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I didn't make a displacement for the pants. Let's go see if I did or not. Go browsing. We'll come over here. It should be in here somewhere if I did it, and I don't see it. So I'm going to have to make a displacement map for the pants because the belt needs a displacement map, and then I got to resave all of those. But I'm happy with that, so this is good. So I'm going to rename you. Where's the pants? Tights. There it is, tights. Oh, there is a displacement for it. It's just not on there. Duh. Did I apply it? It doesn't look like it's displacing. It could be the gold probably doesn't help things. Although I have no levels on there. Let's set that to 6. Control R that again. Take a look. Dump, dump, dump. There we go. I can see it now. Okay. Yeah, it'll be fine. Alright, I need to make maps for these. Let's see how they're set up. Okay, so I got my darker tunic, I got my darker pants. Let's go figure out what I need to call that. So we got to swap out this one here for the pants. It looks like I just add the color red to the name. Right here. Copy that. Paste that. Replace. Yeah, sure. Alright, so now we have to tweak the boots and the gloves. Actually, I don't have red gloves. I do have red boots, though, so we'll tweak the boots. I'm going to put this off to the side because I'm going to steal that color. Or maybe it'll I can use it as a guide. I can cancel. All right, we're getting there. All right, let's tweak the red on the boots. So, am I happy with this? You know what? I wasn't really crazy about the way the gold was looking on the strap, so maybe we'll just resave the gold. Somewhere in here is something that says metallized lambskin. There we go. And turn you off. Oh, I know. That's because I turned off something I didn't need to turn off. Is that it? There we go. That's the gold. I think the color on the stitching was wrong on the gold previously. So I think we're just going to resave out the gold. And I just need it for the pants. And I just need the base color. I am just saving the base color. Never mind. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to replace this with that because I think the stitching is kind of a light color on here and I want it to be a dark color. Copy that. Pop over to here. Okay, I don't need that one because that was fine. This is the one that I'm fixing. And I'm just going to come over here and replace that. Okay, that should take care of that. I think I can just save this. Close you. And then let's go open up the boots and resave out the red for the boots. Open boots. Okay, how did I do the red in the boots? I don't know. There's a fine leather that looks like it's red. Alright, there is this base color. Oh, you are all part of this worn leather. There's the brown. We'll turn off the brown. There we go. There's this natural suede. I'm going to turn off the natural suede. What is this and why isn't it on here? That is this grungy fill layer. Do I like that? Do I want it everywhere? Why did I only... You know what? I think I put it on there just to impact this. So maybe we'll just take it off, and I think maybe we'll just make the boots a darker red. Something close. Let me see if I can just sample that. I'm going to put a copy of that over there where I can click on it. And we'll just come down to here. And I'm just going to click on that over there. That is too dark. Let's try that. Let's see how that works. And I just want to save the color here. So we're just going to, I think it's the base channel, base color right there. Export that. May be okay. There it is right there. You know what? Maybe a little darker so it's closer to this. Let's try that. Export that. Okay, well that's exporting. We're going to come over here and swap this out. So you need to become... Did I not hit browse? I did not hit browse. I hit none. I want to replace this with that. Oh, that's a closer match. I like that. I'm going to go with that. Control V. Copy. Pop up. Go over to here. Paste. Yes, replace. Open. Did you change? Of course you didn't change. That would be asking too much of you. It is changed. It just changed. There we go. All right, that's going to be the red one. There we go. Let's save you. You're going to be SHO2 red. Hierarchical material preset activated. Do I want these to still be gold stripes? I still want those gold stripes on the pants. Yes, let's do that. I got the wrong thing selected, so let's try this again. BRB, moving. It's Escalade time. Oh, brain has stopped. I'm saving this. I have to select Genesis. There you go. All right, now we're making progress. So nobody is here, but she's crocheting. Got it. I knew what you meant. Hierarchical material preset activated. There we go. That's better. SHO2 red. SHO2 red. Accept. Okay. Let's do a blue. Oh, it's still thinking. I didn't get anything to drink. Damn you, Chris. I gotta re-render that thumbnail, by the way, so because that's wrong. I'm probably gonna have to I should re-render that and that and probably that. Anyhow, I'll do that later. Let's do the blue. I think I'm gonna let's do. I got the wrong thing selected. All right, so blue's gonna have silver trim. So I'm gonna copy. We're gonna pop over here. Gonna copy that. All right, let's give it the blue color. I'm going to live with that bright blue. Let's paste that there. These are going to be white and silver, so let's make the tights silver. Let's copy that. And then we switch to white, and then I'm just going to come over here and switch the rest of this, paste that to the trim parts. Alright, we're going to have silver gloves with this. Let's turn the tunic silver and blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it silver first. I'm going to copy that surface right there so I can use that with the trim. We're going to make you blue. Then we're going to pop into here, and I haven't done the buttons yet, damn it. And we are going to do the trims. Do I want to do all the trims? No, I just want to do, actually I want to do just the hem and just this right here. I think that'll be good. And maybe the cuffs. Do I have cuffs? I may not have. I do have cuffs. We're going to make the cuffs silver. You cannot see them, but they're going to be silver anyhow. So let's paste to that. I got the wrong thing selected here. Trim front. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, let's make you. You know what? Do we want to do that maybe? Do I want that in white? Do I want that in silver? I think I'm going to do the harness in silver. I gotta make a. I gotta still texture these. Okay, rocket pack. This one we're going to change the color. I think. What do I got? Steel and chrome. I think I'm going to go with chrome. If I can find out where I hid my rocket. There it is. I'm going to do chrome on the rocket, and I'm going to do chrome on the helmet. And I think that'll be good until we get the buttons added. So right now I'm just going to save this. So I have to come over here and select Genesis 8 and back over here. And then we're just going to hit this, and we're going to save as a hierarchical material preset. This will be 03 blue. There we go. Don't save the Genesis. I probably saved the Genesis with the red one. I forgot to uncheck that. I gotta resave these anyhow. And then we're gonna do a black version, I think. And that'll just have. It's basically everything will be black except for the buttons, and I think we're just gonna go with a steel. I actually have a black helmet, so we're going to use the black helmet. We'll use steel for the jetpack, and we'll probably do steel on the buttons. So when I do the buttons, we're going to make a steel version of those. But anyhow, black boots. There's my black gloves. A black harness. Black tunic. I'm not doing any trim on that tunic. Suddenly I want to do a dark black. Or a dark, not a dark black, dark gray. I think I'm going to do black though. We'll just go with the black. And I do have a black helmet, which I think just makes everything black on there. And you are just going to be, we'll go with the steel. And that's going to be the black version, and we'll touch up the buttons later. So select Genesis, come over here, hit the save, and then we're going to go get the texture buttons made, or the button and the buckle textures made. Do that. You're going to be 04. black. Do not select that. Accept that. I have to resave all these anyhow because we haven't done the buttons. Let's take a look at what we've got for the buckles and the buttons. And I might do these both at the same time. If they're on the same map, that'll be great. That would have been clever of me. If they're not on the same map, that's okay. We'll just do them on UDIMs. So let's see what we got. We'll do an import. And we'll go figure out where I saved these. Pulp. It's in Pulp. Starheart. Whip. Alright, we're looking for... There is a button object. That looks an awful lot like a tunic. Just saying. What do I got here in the substance? Yeah, Chris doesn't have his, they're not in here. Let's see. There's a button. And there's actually only one button on there. The rest are instances. There's the buckle. KU I don't need, but get rid of that. Buckle and button are way down here. Let's take a look at how these are set up. Let's take a look over, go to the old UV editing, and they need separate maps. Okay, we're going to just move the button over. We're also going to arrange this, and then I'm just going to do these at the same time. This will just be like 001, and the button will be on 002. So I've got all of that. Gonna come over here. I'm just gonna move it over one. So we're just gonna do GX1. That did not do anything because my cursor was outside of the program. Let's try this again. GX1. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move that button for our purposes of texturing just out over here a little bit, and that should be good. Okay, now we're going to save these and get our textures made. What did I say? Brass. I'm just going to go with brass, silver, steel, brass, silver, steel. Do I really want a gold? Maybe. And then we have to just make dirty versions of those. All right, let's export that. Starheart, buckle, and button and buckle and button. Buckle and button. And this is with the material, so let's do that. Let me make sure I got my DAS preset going on here. Alright, let's do this again. This time no materials. And of course we'll just put our little old NM there for no materials. Export that. Alright. I'm going to open up the Rocket Pack for a second because I'm going to grab those materials and see if maybe I can use those on this, on the buckle, in the button. Because that has the brass, and the stuff. And that way I don't have to kind of remember what I'm doing. File, let's save you. Let's open. I'll do Rocket Pack. Rocket Pack. Yeah. And I just want to get access to this stuff that I used on the Rocket Pack. And nice. I'm not sure if I saved this already or not, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to create a smart material. Oh, I have a jacket. Apparently I may have done this already. That looks like I got a... Yeah, I have done this. I don't need to do this again. I'm going to delete that because I've got a copy of Starheart. Starheart rocket pack right there. So I'm going to... Here, let's do this file new. We are in the makeup folder because that's what we were doing on Tuesday. We're heading over the pulp. And I need the one with no materials. Buckle and button, no materials. There we go. Remember what I was doing one time. Well, your memory's better than mine then. Discard that. Because I don't remember what I was doing anymore. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see how this goes. Did it do anything? It did, but I don't have anything checked. All right, let's do save as file. Save as. And not here. We're getting there. Starheart. Buckle. Button. Let's do that. All right, now let's, I don't want white, I want brass. Do I not have dirt in here? I'm going to have dirt. Is that what I want for my brass? I want a gold. I think I will do a gold. Hey, art spec. Your problem is you can't remember where I put stuff. That's why I name everything clever. Clever things. What are you? This might not have been a great idea. You didn't seem to do anything. Brass grease, brass. Oh, that comes off. Brass greasy. You know what? I want my brass to be maybe a little. Nah, I'm gonna leave that. That's good. This is probably good for the brass. Let's take a look at the steel. It's probably okay for the steel. I am going to do, yeah, we're going to do chrome. And I'm going to do a gold. Let's get a gold in here. Gold armor. What does gold armor look like? You know, I kind of like that. That matches the gold I think that I was using elsewhere. All right, and now I need to get my dirt in here. So let's Storm Raider, you are the boots, you are the grunge. There we go. The grunge. Okay, so now we just have to save this out. So I'm going to save it once with the grunge. So here's what we do. Control-Shift-E. I'm going to do 5 channels. I'm going to just use the preset here. 5-channel preset. Export that. This is worn. So come over. You know what? These don't need to be that big. We're going to re-render these. I'm going to make these smaller. They don't need to be 4K. They don't even need to be 2K. I think I'm going to just make these 1K. So we're going to redo, actually, Control-Shift-E, export. So over here, I'm just going to set you to be 1K. Export that. Open up the output directory. We're just gonna you know what? I still have garbage left over from before. We're gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna redo this. Chris, I went to your credit union to get a gift card so you can support. Oh, you tried being slick and using the points earned from the rotor repair, but Kofi wasn't allowed access to said point. Damn it! Those funds won't be available. No worries, man. I appreciate the support if you can do it. And if not, I enjoy having you here anyhow, Art. Really do. You add so much to the streams, man. That's why you get that cool Jerry Seinfeld music to your shout out now. And what am I doing? I did the thing. Now I'm going to do the other thing. And I'm using the wrong preset, so we're going to do this again. I'm going to get rid of all of this. It's even funky. I was looking for funk. It did remind me a little of Jerry, but it had a good funk. Anything with that plucky bass to it, right? Okay, so I'm using the wrong preset. I want to use the preset with UDEMS. This one right here. I want that number 1001 and 1002 on my file names. That's what I'm looking for. So now, there we go. This should be good. Now we come over here. And these are worn versions. So what I need to do is rename all of this stuff. Activate the renamer. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace button with button worn. Button worn. All right, we're going to change those. So, you know what? I'm going to end up not needing this normal map and this height map because those are going to be redundant later on. So those go away. And then these need to be changed to gold. These need to say gold because these are the worn gold. That is a crappy looking color. It'll probably look okay when I use. You even said it in Jerry's voice. All right. And you know what that is? That just white? You know, if that's white, I probably don't need it. I'm probably going to delete that later on. Let's going to cut these. Let's pop back over to here. Let me see. Let's do this. So we're going to swap these out. So what I'm going to do is here. We're on the button. I'm going to stick that there. Browse. I need to make another folder in here for the button and the buckle. Button. There's an 8 in there. Shouldn't be an 8 in there. All right, let's paste these there. I think I am working on the button, which is this one right here. Glossy roughness. Did I see a glossy roughness in there? I haven't got my height maps in here yet. I do have. There is the roughness. Here, let's go finish these up. I need another set. Let's close you down. All right, let's turn the dirt off. Let's export this. Control Shift E. Boom. Pop back over to here. Looking good. You know what? That metallic is looking white, so you know what? I think I'm just going to get rid of those. We're just going to rename. I don't know. We're not renaming these. They're probably fine. So let's cut that. Let's come over here. Let's do a normal map. I heard a noise. Why did I hear a noise? Now I can't see anything because I'm loading files. This is the normal map for the button right there. Diuchi, welcome and thank you for that subscription. Where is that? Oh, is that over on the Twitch? That's on Twitch. I think. Oops, closed the wrong browser. You're back again. And my apologies if I mispronounced that. And here, there's a dyslexic heart for you. There you go. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And I forget what I'm doing. I'm putting textures on my button. I have to only do one because they're all instances. So you do one, you do them all. My metallicity is cranked up all the way to 1. And I just need the bump map. And we just stuck a bump map in here. And this is for the button. And this is, and I'm using a height map. Somewhere in here is something that says 002 height map. There we go. You know what? That's not much of a height map, but I'm going to use it anyhow. Okay, that's one down. Let's do this. Let's do the buckle. Apply my base shader. We're going to go get that dirty gold color. Metallicity is cranked up to 1. The glossy roughness. We had a glossy roughness worn in here somewhere. 001 worn. There it is right there. And then I'm going to get a base bump map, which is this height map right there. And there's a normal map I'm looking for, which is that one right there. Huzzah. I'm going to save these. So we're going to save these as material files. I was thinking of doing something stupidly clever, but I don't think I'm going to. I am going to do something stupidly clever. I'm going to have the same material file apply to both of these. That's what I'm going to do. So we're going to bring in. I'm going to import in that ID version of the button. And I'm lost. I'm coming over here. So here's how this works. So if you select the button or the buckle, this material file will work with them. So I don't have. I'm trying to like minimize having too many material files, and they more or less do the same thing, so it doesn't hurt to have them overlap to a certain extent. So I'm going to grab this file right here and open that up. Oh, nope, I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm going to say no, I'm exporting, I'm not importing. There, I'm going to import. And now I'm lost again. Over here, and I want that one right there. And accept that, and let's I have zoomed into the wrong thing. I want to zoom into this. There we go. All right. So I should do actually I can do this. I can come over here to this buckle, copy that. Maybe I got to select that, then I can copy it. Then I can come over here. And why are you both the same? You're not both supposed to be the same. What the hell? One of these things should be different than the other. There we go. That's buckle. And this my button really say default. Damn it. I'll have to fix that later. I'm going to kind of cheat that. I'm going to call you button. I'm going to have to change the buttons to button. And then I'm going to have to update that. And I'm going to have to resave the tunics. And resave the... I'm resaving the hierarchical material files anyhow. Let's paste to that. And if I just grab that, is that going to work? That did not work. You saw an older British service P-coat with 2 buttons on the... Ooh. I've seen those. Kind of like that. Isn't there supposed to be a little strap back there or something? Or am I just not seeing it? Fire service. Very interesting. Maybe I should have done that to the back. Oh well, too late. That would have looked a little cool. I didn't think about doing that. It's just basically a Rocketeer jacket that I made longer into a tunic. And I lost my chat again. There's my chat. You took one at the local Navy thrift shop. Are they actually thrifty anymore? Yeah, I absolutely love the Rocketeer. I got all the comics. Well, I don't know if I got all the comics anymore. I have all the comics that Dave Stevens drew. How's that? I'm pretty sure I got all the comics that Dave Stevens drew. He passed away in his 50s, so he's not doing anymore. And what am I doing again? My button is janked. So what do you actually, you say button. So I can get away with this. So what we do is, for some reason, that button does not say button. That button says default. But fortunately, so I don't have to fix these buttons. I just have to fix this and save it. So actually here, we're going to copy this. So we're cool. We're cool. We cool. We cool. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. We're going to pop over to here. I'm going to switch over to this. We're going to go into tool settings and we're going to call you button. There we go. And I'm going to paste the button material onto the button. Should be good. Now I'm going to save this as my material file. The one on base is called Treasure Shop. It is run by volunteers of the Navy's Officers' Wives Club. They got in trouble a few years ago when they got some bean counter's wife that wanted to price competitively. That's not why people are shopping there, though, right? Control D. There we go. Okay, so I think this is good. Oh, you're looking weird because I just got the geometry. Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay, so now I'm going to save this as a material file. And you know what? I'm going to turn off my CMS because I got a whole bunch of these to save, and this will just go faster. And we still got more than a half hour, and I've barely gotten anything done because I'm just redoing stuff. Stop CMS. There we go. And we're going to use the smart one because the fast one isn't that smart. Blame art. All right. CMS has been turned off. We're not going to save these as material files. This is going to be gold worn. So this is SH. I have a portfolio somewhere? I do. I have an Instagram. And you can find my stuff over on Daz. You know what? I probably should make a Daz command. I don't have a Daz command, do I? Oh yeah, I do have a Daz command. There you go. You can find my shop at Daz. Also, there is the Instagram. Does that work? Link still work? That would have been too clever. So I do try to keep... Well, basically the Instagram I've been using to post when new products come out. That's what's been going on with the Instagram. Although I do have older stuff. Every now and then I get inspired and I post something else. Although these flowers aren't that inspiring, so I didn't post them. Although maybe if I do something inspiring like an octopus again, maybe that'll make the Instagram. Anyhow, what is it? Am I in the right browser? Where is my Instagram? There it is. I know how this works. Sure. I'm totally not stalking actresses on Instagram. That would be wrong. There you go. It looks something like that. So the Instagram and the Daz. I do have a Discord too. Feel free to join. Not a lot happens in the Discord. But if you're inclined to share your work, we do have a Saturday night social where we share work. We have a Discord chat. And there's an old cartoon. So we do that on Twitch. And also I do try to announce in the Discord whether I'm actually streaming on scheduled streaming days. So there is that. Feel free to join. Don't be alarmed if I'm ignoring you. I don't do alerts. And have I saved you yet? I have not saved you yet. I'm going to save this now. You are on material preset. You're going to be SH buckle, and we have to spell that out. Buttons. And you are gold. And you are worn. So we're going to do that. Okay, looks good. Accept. All right, now we're going to set it. So I'm just going to do these and save these as material files. That's what we're doing. All right, buckle. We need the gold color. The clean gold. Somewhere in here is a clean gold. That is a clean gold right there. I need the... I don't need the metallicity. I do need the clean glossy roughness, which is right there. So that should be good. The height maps are already set, so I don't have to touch them. So the button, I need the clean button gold, which, you know, looks an awful lot like the buckle gold, but I think there's a little bit of difference. And then I need the glossy roughness for that, which should be something in here that just says right there. There it is. All right, that is the gold. Let's save that. Export. There we go. SH buckle. Of course, I've got something that says, there we go. This is just gold. Okay, we've got the gold done. I'm thinking, my brain stopped. Yep. All right. Meanwhile, back in Substance Painter. Okay, gold is done. So now we just have to make color maps for the other versions of these. So gold armor. That's going to be chrome. So Control Shift E. I can just knock these out really quick here. I am doing base color UDIM. Export that. pop over to the export directory, and we'll just put Chrome on these. Chrome underscore. Let's come over here. We're going to do Chrome underscore. Let's do that. All right, Chrome is done. Let's pop back over. Okay, Chrome. Let's do a steel. I might need the metallicity map for steel. We'll take a look at that. You know what? I'm just going to save this out and take a look at the maps on that. This might be a little different than the gold. It may not be quite as strongly reflective. It's a little off. Yeah, so I'm going to use that. You know what? I don't really need those. Get rid of that. And I don't need those. So what I'm going to do is rename you steel. And you know what? I want the steel. I want that to say steel so I can tell the difference. And then down here, same thing with the button, which is hidden in the O2. And over here. All right, those are good. And then I just need brass. And then I need to do the worn versions. Yeah, let's see. I might need to redo the metal map for that too. Control-Shift-E. Export. Pop over here. I'm going to sort by date or something like that. Because I need to kind of sort this out a little bit. So you know what? Those I probably don't need. And I probably can get by without that. I think I'm going to use this, that, and that. So let's rename these brass. And apply that. Did I hit apply on that? I did. Okay. Okay, now I need to do some worn versions. Let's get this stuff out of the way so it's a little easier to see what we're doing. Did I not hit? I think that worked. Okay. Folder's empty. Good. All right, back over here. And now I need to do a worn chrome. So we'll put our dirt back on. I just need the color map for this one. Worn chrome. Let's do that. And let's also put that right here. Okay, I need a worn steel. Let's try boom, boom. All right, this one I'm going to do 5 channels, but I'm going to throw away some of this stuff. No, 5 channel UDIM. That's right, because I'm using UDIMs. Boom, boom, boom. Looking good. I'm not going to keep these, so those can go away. These I'm going to rename steel worn. And that's probably good enough. Steel. worn. Apply that. Should be good. Now I'm just going to get the brass knocked out. So same thing, steel gets turned off, brass gets turned on. We still have our grungy shaders on there, and I can't see chat because I got this stuff in the way. And Rod needs coffee. Bring enough for the whole class, Rod. All right. Control Shift E. I'm still doing 5 channels of UDIMs. Export that. Pop back over to the export directory. Get rid of the normal and the height maps because the ones I got are good enough. Rename these brass worn. Brass worn, apply. Alrighty, I'm all done with the buckle and the button textures that I forgot to do. Let's cut those. Alright, gotta do this anyhow. Boom, boom, and Control V. I don't know if that worked. That seems to have worked. Alrighty. What did I just put on there? Worn chrome. Alright, we're doing worn chrome now. Actually, let's do chrome, then we'll do worn chrome. That one says chrome. I'm going with that. And I need that one there, the 1002. Is good. Save it. Material preset. Buckle should be right there. I'm going to call you Chrome. I got rid of my... Did I lose my... Oh, that's my point. You know what? I don't need that. Is good. Alright. Let's apply that, and now we'll just put the chrome, the dirty chrome colors on here. Worn chrome. The other worn chrome. Save that. Chrome, worn. Actually, I'm probably going to rename those. Okay, what's next? Steel. One of these. There's my steel. And I'm using a slightly... Am I using it? Is there a metallicity map for the steel? I think there is. Yeah, there's a metallic map for that. There is a roughness map, I think, for the steel too. Let's get that. At least I think there is. And now I'm looking at boots because I clicked on the wrong thing. Steel. Did I not save a roughness map? There's the roughness map right there. Nope, you're the... Do I not have a steel roughness map? Did I delete the steel roughness? I may have. I thought I kept it. Anyhow, you know what? I'm just going to use that one. I don't care. It's just not that important. Oh, it's probably down here somewhere. Oh, because are you sorting by date? Let's sort you by... What are you sorting by? Let's pop in the details. Let's sort by name. Let's pop back to our extra large thumbs. You know what? There probably is a steel metallic roughness. I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore. I'm doing the button. There's a steel 1002. Why are you not actually in order? Are you backwards order? That's chrome. That's steel. Have I lost my button steel? Seriously? Details. Sort by name. Come on, sort by name. So 100 brass steel. Nope, steel worn. It's all the way. Chrome steel base. Why do I have something called chrome steel base? It looks like steel. No, it looks like chrome. Wait, do I have a chrome? What are you? You're gold. Man, I'm confused. There's the gold. Where's my brass? There's my brass. Where's the steel? Here's the steel. Here's the worn steels, though. So do I have a chrome somewhere? I thought I had a chrome. Chris has totally confused himself now. Arg. See, there's my steel. I'm gonna go with that. And there's my steel roughness. Let's see how this works. I think I saw the steel metallic over there. But you know what? I'm gonna rename that and replace it. Can I just paste these in here? And what am I doing? I'm looking for the steel. See, it's supposed to say, see, I got this in the wrong. Our steel base color, there we go. 002, there. Okay, that is good. Let me go get that roughness map now. You're down here. Nope, you say worn. Steel roughness. I hope that's right. I think there's a good. I'm going to just do a little test run because I'm completely confused myself. Got it covered. Porting in the scanner now. That should work, right? That's exactly how coffee works, Rod. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Yes, I want to cancel that. All right, let's save you. Where am I? Material preset. Steel. Boy, that took me long enough. Okay, now we're going to do the worn steel. Do I have a worn steel metallicity map? 1002 worn steel, maybe not. Steel worn, base color, steel worn, metallic, there we go. That was the buckle. I did the wrong one. Let's try this again. 1001 worn steel metallic. There we are. Let's get that base color. worn steel base color, and I think just the glossy roughness map, worn steel 001 roughness. There we go, and then we'll get the button. And you are worn steel 1002 metallic. I think that was it. Worn steel 1002 base color. And then the glossy roughness. Worn steel 1002 roughness. Okay, let's save that. And then I just have to do the brass. Steel worn. There we go. Did I do chrome worn? I thought I did. Let's see. Chrome worn, chrome, gold worn, gold, steel worn, steel. Okay. Let's do metallicity on the brass. One brass 001 metallic. Looks about right. Let's find the brass color. Brass 1001 color. And then the roughness. Brass 001 roughness. Okay, and then the button 1002 brass metallic. 1002 brass color. And 1002 brass roughness. My brass is a little worn looking, but it gets even worse. And then we're just going to save you as brass. It's all about that brass, about that brass, about that brass. Sorry, my bad. All right, and then I just got to do the worn ones. Worn brass. Somewhere in here, something that probably says worn brass, worn 1001 metallic right there. And then there's a color that goes with that. Ooh, brass worn 1001 color. That was the, I'm doing the button. I've got the button selected and I'm putting the wrong maps on that. Damn it. You know what? Copy. Paste. Okay, and I still have to do the roughness. That looks like brass worn and roughness. Right now I gotta update these with the ones with the right maps. 1002 metallic. Brass worn 1002 base color. And the glossy roughness on that. 1002 roughness. Alright, let's save you. And it's going to be brass worn. I should say, actually what I want to say is worn brass. Save that. And then I want to change the name of this to worn chrome. Worn gold. You are worn brass. You are worn steel right there. Okay. I'll make these thumbnails later. So I'm going to just resave these and see if we can get some of the worn versions done. So we saved these before, but they don't have the, the right button colors. And these are going to be steel. So pop over here. I'm going to grab that steel. I'm going to change that to steel as well. I could do both of those at the same time. There we go. And this is the black. So we're going to resave the black. And I have to select, you know what, I'm going to do that. Select you. Come over here. File. There we go. And save that over the black. And I don't want to save that, but the rest of this is good. I want to take a quick render and see how we're looking. Black is pretty dark. I think that's going to be fine. I think these buttons I'm going to have to maybe pull up a little bit further because my displacement's kicking into them. They look like they're getting a little bit buried inside the tunic when the displacement kicks in. So let's stop that. And would you like to cancel this turn? Yeah, let's do that. Bye-bye. On a side note, Shimzev posted. I saw their official. They're kind of back, but they're getting ready to. They're saying goodbye. Because I know you and me, we both checked the other day, and they were actually just not running, right? Okay, black is saved. Blue. So blue just needs the chrome buttons on here. So we're going to come over here, we're going to put the chrome on, and then we're just going to resave this. My boots didn't change color. And the helmet. Is the helmet done in chrome? Alright, let's tweak those. Apparently I didn't save. I want the helmet to be... That might be the chrome helmet, but I'm not sure. Those are definitely... Just looked at their farewell. Yeah. It's kind of sad when they go. I'm thinking... I want to take a look at something. I'm going to copy... I'm trying to see if I want to put a silver on the cuffs here or just leave them blue, or maybe make these silver and make those blue. So here, let's try this. So if I make the boots silver, what if I just make the boots silver? Let's take a look here. Let's go with an old look-see here and see. I should have gotten a little farther back with that render. It's hard to, you know what, we're going to redo, we're going to stop you. I'm just going to pull back a little bit. We're just going to render this again. I'm trying to get the whole render and screen so we can kind of decide what. Okay, so that's what it looks like with the silver boots. Maybe I'll just leave the silver boots. What if I make the cuffs blue, though? Is that going to look better than just maybe all silver? I'm leaning towards all silver, but I want to see the blue cuffs. And now that I see him, I think I like the all silver better, but I could be wrong. I definitely like the all silver better. Yeah, we're gonna go back. I'm gonna say this. We're doing silver boots with the blue version. So there we go. We're gonna save this out. I lost my scene. There we go. Hierarchical. Boom. Save. Select that and save. Say yes. Remember to uncheck the Genesis and accept everything else. Alright, the red. I'm just going to use brass buttons on those. Oh, wait a minute, I made gold. We're going to use the gold buttons. I went to all the trouble to make the gold, I might as well use them. There we go. My boots didn't change. My boots did not change color. You were supposed to be red and gold. Are my boots not attached? Is that what my problem is? There's my problem. I gotta resave these boots. You did not attach to the figure. Why did you not attach to the figure? I gotta resave my, it's because it wasn't parented right. So I'm gonna have to resave the outfit. Anyhow, let's get the boots back in here. Let's get the, let's reapply. So come over here. That's why the boots. So we're going to redo that. I got the wrong thing selected. That's what it's whining about. Let's, you know what? There we go. Now, is this going to work? There, but the boots aren't changing color. We can fix that. We have the technology. I have the power. There we go. Resave this. Okay, so I'm going to overwrite the. That means my black didn't save properly. Don't check that. Okay, bring the black on, but the boots aren't going to change. So we're going to apply the black to the boots. Come back over here and resave that. I'm just going to get this stuff resaved and then we're going to raid out. So let's save. Let's switch to you. Save, resave the black. Yep. Accept. Oops, damn it. I saved it with the Genesis not unchecked. Okay, I have to uncheck that. And the rest of this is good. Hey, my boots did not change color again. Frassel, frassel, frassel. Let's try. No, they did. They did. They're silver. That's right. They're silver. Okay, so these boots didn't change, so we got to fix this. So what I'm doing is we're doing the red. Actually, I'm going to put the touch of gold on here. So let's grab that and copy it and reapply the red. And then put the gold back on the cuff. Select my Genesis figure and resave this hierarchical material pose preset. And say yes. And then we're going to redo. So I do that. Boots didn't change. So let's, the brown boots. Excellent. I don't have to do anything fancy with that. Let's resave. Hierarchical material preset. Overwrite the brown one. Say yes. Uncheck that. Accept should be good. We're going to check the red and watch the boots change. Going to check the brown and watch the boots change. Blue. black. So I am going to do worn versions of these. That's why we have all that worn stuff. Let's reset you back to brown. And I'm going to resave this outfit with the foot pose again. Also, I think I need to resave my boots, because they seem to be loading in not parented. Yeah. So we're going to resave the boots as a wearable preset, so I can also save the foot pose. So let's do that. So to do that, I'm going to select this Genesis A figure. We're going to save you as a wearable preset. I'm going to Star Heart boots. We're going to overwrite that. Yep. And I just want to save the boots, so just uncheck all and check boots. And I want to save that foot pose, so we'll come over here, include the pose, and just drill down to the feet and say left foot. And I'm lost. I found it. And the right foot, and accept that. So the boots are now saved with a foot pose. And now I'm going to save the whole outfit. And actually, we need to rename this anyhow, so let's do that. So this outfit needs to see G8 female on the end of it. So in Smart Content, you can tell the difference between that one and the Genesis 9 version. And now we're going to resave this whole outfit as a wearable preset. And then we're going to raid. Wearable preset. I'm going to resave the outfit. I'm going to say yes. I want all of this, and I want to save that foot pose. So we're going to add the foot pose to this. Alrighty. I've made some progress on this. We got 4 whole material presets done. We also did the buttons, the materials for this. So Saturday, I'm hoping we can start the special morphs on the jackets. I had to set up a version of the belt that comes apart. I forgot to do that, so that we can open up. So the harness will just open up. It's just going to be, or am I going to, yeah, it's going to be a version where this can be opened, I think. And there's not a lot that I'm going to do with that. But I'm going to need a few special morphs for that. I need some more special morphs for the tunics. And we need to do that. And then we also have to do all this for the Genesis 9 version. So I have to do these hierarchical material presets separately for Genesis 9, because they can't be used interchangeable. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. And once again, thank you for that sub. Person's whose name Diuchi? is that I'm not sure if I'm probably not getting that even close. Anyhow, thank you for that sub. I really appreciate it. What are we doing? We're going to raid out. We're going to find somebody to raid, and we're going to call it a day. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. We will be back Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time for 3D stuff. Then back again, 8 p.m. Saturday night for the Saturday Night Social. Thanks for being here, Rod. Really appreciate it. And remember,
hey, bud, let's party.
oh. Thank you all for being here. Let's see who's on, and let's go raid out. Yeah, let's see. Let's move you over here. Nope, you are totally not what I wanted. I want this. We're gonna go. Nope, that is YouTube. I don't want YouTube. I want Twitch. That is Twitch. There's a Twitch. It's a Twitchy Twitch. And now I can hear myself in the background, so I'm going to stop that. I'm going to see if any of the Art Friends is on, or Bad Tooth Records. Those are our choices, probably. Bad Tooth is on doing music. Erumakin. Let's go over and say hi to Erumakin before he gets away. Erumakin, aka the Pope of Indiana, as I've heard him being called. It just does the chillest hangout streams about 14 times a week in the earlier in the day and then later at night. He is doing puzzles, and there may be Kinder eggs. I think that right now it looks like they're doing words on stream. So anyhow, if you could stick around for the raid, that would be awesome. We have the raid calls. This is, if you're not a sub, you can use that. If you are a sub, you can use the sub raid call. There we go. Looking good. So let's do this. There's the Discord. Feel free to join. If you put stuff in the gallery, we will share it on Saturday. The Saturday Night Social. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's go raid. All right, anyhow, if there's anybody still over on YouTube or anybody at YouTube at all, thank you for being here. Have a good day. I'm going to shut the YouTube down. And we totally aren't going to say anything.